Chapter 33. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in time of trouble. At the noise of the tumult the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself the nations were scattered. And your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them. The Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Behold, their valiant ones shall cry without, the ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. The highways lay waste, the wayfaring man seetheth. He hath broken the covenant, he hath despised the cities, he regardeth no man. The earth mourneth and languisheth, Lebanon is ashamed and hewn down. Sharon is like a wilderness, and Bashan and Carmel shake off their fruits. Now will I rise, saith the Lord. Now will I be exalted, now will I lift up myself. Ye shall conceive chaff, ye shall bring forth stubble. Your breath as fire shall devour you. And the people shall be as the burnings of lime. As thorns cut up shall they be burned in the fire. Hear ye that are far off what I have done, and ye that are near acknowledge my might. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell in the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? He that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hand from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. He shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him, his waters shall be sure. Thine eyes shall see the king in his beauty. They shall behold the land that is very far off. Thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers? Thou shalt not see a fierce people, a people of a deeper speech than thou canst perceive, of a stammering tongue that thou canst not understand. Look upon Zion, the city of our solemnities. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation, a tabernacle that shall not be taken down. Not one of the stakes thereof shall ever be removed, neither shall any of the cords thereof be broken. But there the glorious Lord will be unto us a place of broad rivers and streams, wherein shall go no galley with oars, neither shall gallant ship pass thereby. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king, he will save us. Thy tacklings are loosed, they could not well strengthen their mast, they could not spread the sail. Then is the prey of a great spoil divided, the lame take the prey. And the inhabitant shall not say, I am sick. The people that dwell therein shall be forgiven their iniquity. Of all the things that seem to be the most interesting in these chapters, this particular one in chapter 33 is actually verses 14 and 15. Who shall dwell in the midst of everlasting burnings? And the thing to understand is that Heavenly Father dwells in what could be referred to as everlasting burnings, in that anything that is sinful cannot last in his presence. And the prophets have basically compared that to be that if you are unrighteous in the least degree, you are consumed in the presence of God. So the question really goes down, what does dwelling in everlasting, what do you have to be like in order to dwell in the presence of God and not be burned up, not be consumed? And basically it goes that you have to be able to walk righteously, speak uprightly, keep the commandments, speak the truth. And you have to be honest in your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. You also need to despise any kind of gain by oppression. So that means you cannot use people in any way, shape, or form, or to any degree for personal gain or for gain for anybody else. You can take no bribes to deal with people. You can't be bought. You can't be influenced. You're impartial with everybody. Heavenly Father makes us understand that salvation is free to all of us if we are obedient and if we follow the commandments and the example of Jesus Christ. It cannot be bought under any terms or circumstances. You cannot influence Heavenly Father. You can't give anybody a bribe and make it to the celestial kingdom. It just doesn't happen. Fourth, and this is a very interesting one to me in light of the situation that I see on YouTube and in many other places like the news, we cannot focus our attention on blood and conspiracy. I'm going to add in a few things here because they all fit in. The conspiracy theories, the evil speaking, and all the rest of it. We need to be above that. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't know or aren't aware that evil things happen. What it means is that we are not consumed by it. We are not obsessed by it. Then in effect we have to realize that Heavenly Father is in charge and that He understands that we live in that world. And He will protect us to the extent that we are righteous if that's in our best interests. And there are times when it might be, and there are times when it might not be. When Nebuchadnezzar attacked Jerusalem and conquered it, there was a huge slaughter. The same with the Romans. When they attacked Jerusalem and finally got inside, there was a huge slaughter, and the righteous and the unrighteous were slain together. The difference was that when the righteous spirits went to their reward was positive. And we need to learn to understand that Heavenly Father views our lives as consisting of, I would break it down as to 4 components. Our pre-earth spiritual existence, our earthbound temporal life existence, physical life existence, the period between the end of that physical existence and the beginning of the eternal component of our existence, and then last, the eternal component of our existence, where we have a physical body and a spirit that will never die and never be separated again. And He views that as one part, as one whole thing. Just the same as you might take a look at your child and say, well, you have a 2-year-old child now, and you know that there's going to be a time when that child is going to go to elementary school, a time when that child is going to go to high school, a time when that child may go to university, a time when that child is going to be an adult with their own family, and you think that's all perfectly normal. And you help that child grow through those various stages to prepare for the ones that are coming. And that's what Heavenly Father is doing for us. We have stages of our growth that are coming, and we need to learn things in the early stages so that we benefit from them in the later stages. And that's what He's doing here, and that's what He's telling us. He's telling us what are the rules for having the very best eternal existence. And some of us just don't listen very well.